of situation 7.5 and 12.5. 7.5 you have to take of the bigger number, 12.5 you have to take of the smaller number. Then only you can equate them. Don't take 12.5 of bigger number and 7.5 of smaller number. Okay. If you take 12.5 of smaller number, you can get the difference would be recovered. There is a difference of 5% between 7.5 and 12.5. There is a difference of 5% between 7.5 and 12.5. So if you take a higher percentage on a smaller number and a lower percentage on a bigger number, the difference will be narrowed down and it will become 0. Okay. Now if you take 12.5% of 2490, you'll get 311 point something. If you take 7.5% of 4150, you'll get 311 point something. Both will be matching. So this is the answer. Okay. So instead of doing this question in a lengthy procedure, you can directly do with back substitution method. Back substitution. Okay. And here also, that's what I'm saying you. Instead of solving this entire problem here, we did the entire problem here. You can directly take the options will be given to you. Options would be in this way. X is equal to 140, X is equal to 160, X is equal to 180, X is equal to 200. So in this case, you need to be like 65% of a number is 21 less than 4/5 of that number. So what is the number? So now you know like 65%. So 14 6 are how much? 6 for the 24. So somewhere around 840 something you'll get. 14 6 are 140 into 6. Okay. So you'll get somewhere around 840. So 65% would be somewhere around 860 something. Okay. And 65%, that means sorry, 145 like 84 is the 140 into 60% you should do. We'll do with estimations. So 140 ka 60% is 84. So 140 ka 65% would be 90, for example. 140 ka 65% would be 90. For example, I'm saying for example. And yeah, anything I'm saying, just narrow it down. 90 and 65% we got. 65% of a number is 21 less than 4/5. So now you do 4/5 of 140 into 4 by 5. So what you'll get, how much will go for ones? 2 5s are 10, 28 something you'll get. Okay, 28. 28 fours are how much? How much is 28 fours are? 112. Am I right? Now you check the difference between 112 and 90. You will get somewhere around 22. So that is matching with our answer. So 140 is our answer. So instead of doing everything based upon steps, you can directly pick the option and match with the question. That is called back substitution method. So we did two questions with this. You can do this with a traditional method also. You can do this with a traditional method also. But the demand of the time is we need to save our time instead of wasting our time. Okay. So what I said you, suppose you take 10% of, suppose you take somewhere around 20% of the 20% of this. Okay, I told you now you should take a higher percentage with lower number and lower percentage with higher number. Suppose the higher percentage here is 20 and the lower percentage is 10. So how will you make them equal? 10% you should take with 200, 20%. Okay, just a minute, you wait for a while. 10% of this is 10% of 200 is what? 20, and 20% of 100 is what? 20. So both are equal. So what I mean to say, you should take a smaller percentage with a bigger number and you should take a bigger percentage with a smaller number, then they would be equal. So that's the reason why I took 12.5 with 2490 and 7.5 with 4150. So these are the logics you should apply. I told now here what the big deal is. I told you to take 140 140 ka I told you to find out 60, somewhere around how much? 60%. So 60% I got 84, but I want 65%. 65% was coming near to 90. So leave like that. Now you take again 140. Find out the 4 by 5th of 140. That will be somewhere around 112. Now difference between 112 and 90 is 22. That is, I am taking how much percent? I am taking my 90 as an approximate figure. Exact figure would be somewhere around 91 or something. So 112 and 90 ka difference is 22, which is very nearby 65% of 140, which is 21. Okay, 60, which is 84. Sorry. See, you didn't get what I'm saying.
So can we take approx values?
Yeah, you can take approx values. Na, see, what I said is 65% of a number. So I took 140. 140 ka 65% is 140 ka 60% is somewhere around 84. So 65% would be somewhere around 90, for example. So 140 ka 65% is 21 less than 4/5 of the number. Now 4/5 of 140 would be, we found out right now, it is 112. It is 112. 4/5 of 140 is 112. So difference between this and this is 22. Now that is very nearby to 21. So we got the answer. That 140 would be the answer. Now let us do the next question. Just a minute, I'll just put the charger. So now next question, in an election. This is a very good question actually. Between two candidates, 75% of the voters cast their votes, out of which 2% of the votes were declared invalid. Full stop. A candidate got 9,261 votes, which were 75% of the total valid votes. Full stop. Find the total number of votes enrolled in that election. This is the question. So they have given 4 options. Now this question, let us see how we can go for. Option number A is like 16,800. Option B is 17,400. Option C is 18,000. Option D is 20,000. So this is the question given to you. Okay. So in an election between two candidates, 75% of the voters cast their votes. So find the total number of votes is what he is asking to us. Do you know total number of votes? We don't know. We'll take it as X. Okay. So in this question, now like if I tell you directly take this, that doesn't make a sense because there are four figures given. These are very very big figures, and if you take these are big figures, that means every point of time you need to take one figure and try to match. So instead of doing this through back substitution you go when like you are confident and the figures are very small, and when the figures are very big it becomes complicated. Okay, so I would recommend you to go with a general method and then apply the back substitution in between, in mid. Okay, so how to do this? In an election between two candidates, so like we don't know the total number of votes enrolled, so we are taking that as x. Okay, so now next point, let the number of votes enrolled is x. In an election between two candidates, 75% of the voters cast their votes. So we have taken this. Number of votes cast is what? 75%. So 75% of x. 75% of x. Now, in an election between two candidates, 75% of the voters cast their votes. So we took total votes as x, and 75% of the people have cast their votes. So we are taking 75% of x. Out of which 2% of the votes were declared invalid. So how many valid votes? 98%. So 98% are the valid voters or valid votes cast. So can I take 98% of 75% of x? Why? Because the total number of votes what I am assuming is x. How many percent of the people have cast their votes? 75%. That means in a total village there are some 100% people, for example. Out of that 100%, only 75% votes have been cast. That is clear in the question. See, in the election between two candidates, 75% of the voters cast their votes. That means 25% did not come for the voting, or 25% like nota, something like that. This like some elections have gone, no? So they did not give to both the candidates. So only 75% of the total votes are cast. Out of that also 2% are invalid. So how many are the valid votes? 98%. So I'm taking 98% of the 75% of the votes cast. Okay, now I think till here everything is okay for you. Now a candidate got 9,261 votes, which were 75% of the total valid votes. So now 75% of the voters cast their vote out of this total like votes available, and out of that 98% are the valid votes. Out of that also 75% of the total valid votes happen to be 9,261. So a candidate got 9,261 votes, which were 75% of the total valid votes. So total valid votes are 98% of 75% of x. That is equal to what? 9,261. Now you need to find out the x value. Okay, so that will be your votes, total number of votes. So 75 by 100 into 98 by 100 of means into 75 by 100 into x is equal to 9261. So instead of doing a big calculation, what I recommend you is take this first option in place of x, 16,800, and try to cancel out and find out LHS equal to RHS. Come on, do it fast. Then we'll go for the next question. मिला था. Yes, A is the right answer. So all of you got the answer. Answer is 16,800. You can solve it. You will get LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. Come on, let's go for the next question. And the doubts what you have got, you can tell me out of the regular problems which I gave you yesterday. We'll solve it. Yeah, yes. You'll get the answer correctly.
So
Yeah.
regular problems 14th ones.
14th one, na? Okay. We'll solve it. I think one more question I've given, na?
Yes, sir.
I'll see one more question whether I've given or not. So after that, we will do the doubt session, the doubt questions. Okay. This question we need to do. Okay. लक्ष्य बोलो भेजा हूँ क्या स्क्रीनशॉट क्या बोलो अभी परसेंटेजेस का करा रहा हूँ ना अभी भिजा रहा हूँ अभी 5 मिनट भिजा रहा हूँ तुम्हारे को क्या हुआ तुम्हारा तबीयत ठीक नहीं है क्या अरे यार अपना ख्याल रखो सर्दी खांसी का थोड़ा अच्छे से नहीं कोई बात नहीं देखो ज़्यादातर ज़्यादातर हॉट लिक्विड लेते रहो और जितना हॉट लिक्विड लेते हैं वो म्यूकस वगैरह जो है वो लाइक मेल्ट होके अंदर चले जाता तो ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता ठीक है ना हॉट लिक्विड ज़्यादा लेते रहना ये टाइम पे हाँ मैं देखा मैं कुछ भी नहीं है टेंशन मत लो मैं तुम्हारे को दो मॉक्स भिजा रहा हूँ अभी इंग्लिश के अच्छे से सॉल्व करो और कल के जो दो मॉक्स है ना उनके मैं तुम्हारे को आंसर्स भी भिजा देता हूँ वो भी एक बार चेकआउट कर लो पूरे ठीक है हाँ कल के मॉक्स के आंसर्स भी भिजा देता हूँ वो चेकआउट कर लो हाँ मैं इंग्लिश ही भिजा रहा हूँ इंग्लिश भिजा रहा हूँ और कल के लॉजिकल के भी आंसर्स भिजा रहा हूँ वो भी चेक कर लो एक बार सॉल्यूशन के साथ ठीक है ना मैं 3 पेपर्स भिजाता हूँ तुम्हारे को और एक पेपर का लॉजिकल भी भिजाता हूँ ओके ओके लक्ष्य टेक केयर बाय So 50% of x minus y is equal to 30% of x plus y. Such a silly question. But they are asking what percent of x is y. So you need to find out x and y values. So 50% like 50 by 100 into x minus y is equal to 30 by 100 into x plus y. Yeah, this will be cancelled. 50x minus 50y is equal to 30x minus 30y. So you get 20x. So 20x is equal to 80y and x by y is equal to x by y. He is asking what percent of x is y. So x is equal to, you will get just around 4. X is equal to 4y. Okay. So x is equal to 4y in the sense what percent of huh? What percent of x is y is asking. So how will you do this? So 1 is how much percent of 4? 1 by 4 into 100. So 25%. So x is 25% of y. प्रतीश तुम्हारा पूरा 50 प्रॉब्लम्स हो गया चैलेंज का. 33 प्रॉब्लम्स पूरा हो गया. मेरे को जरा शीट भी जाओ.
क्या सर?
मेरे को एक बार तुम्हारा आंसर्स भी जाओ. पूरे 33 के 33 हो गए तुम्हारे.
हाँ, ये 2 डाउट है सर, बाकी 31 हो गया.
ठीक है, वो 2 डाउट्स कर देंगे, कोई बात नहीं.
मेरे को 2 डाउट है.
ठीक है, मैं अभी तुम्हारे को मार्क्स भी जा रहा हूँ. मार्क्स करो बैठ के.
हाँ सर.
अभी भी जा रहा हूँ 10 मिनट में. ठीक है,
हाँ.
मार्क्स पे जा रहा हूँ. ओके.
यस सर.
Okay, now tell me your doubts. Yeah, mocks. For you also I'll send Srivatsa. Okay, you are revising your topics now it seems. So you do at home after the classes. You are revising, you said, na? That's why. Okay, 14th question from regular problems. And 9 and 12th also we'll explain right now. रितिका, तुम्हारा डाउट्स तुम बोले ना, वो डाउट्स 9 and 12 ही है ना?
Sir,
Yeah.
shops, groceries and shall be open it seems, sir. Nothing like they should be closed बोल के.
क्या बोले?
Shops, groceries and etc. be open, sir. Nothing like they should be closed. But it is their wish what timing they follow. Like morning से शाम तक open रख सके. शाम को 7 बजे से सुबह 6 बजे तक पूरा कर्फ्यू. Nobody should come out. Nothing will be open.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. ओके. नहीं, अभी ग्रोसरी लेके आए घर से. ग्रोसरी तो ला के रखे अभी.
हाँ सर.
वो पता नहीं क्या ये पूरा.
सर मैं वो डाउट का क्वेश्चंस व्हाट्सएप में भेज दूं?
हाँ, भेजो भेजो.
ठीक है.
नहीं, मैं यहाँ नंबर्स लिख रहा हूँ. 9, 12, 14, 22. ये पूरे डाउट्स के हैं क्वेश्चंस.
मेरा ये रेगुलर के है ना सर, मैं चैलेंज से भेजा रहा हूँ.
हाँ, मेरे को भेजाओ. मेरे को भेजाओ.
हाँ.
अच्छा, 9th क्वेश्चन देखो कैसे करना. So 9th question, a person spends 66.2 by 3%. So 66 2 by 3, we can write 66.6666. So a person who spends, so this is the spending. So saving is 33.33. So spending plus saving is equal to amount. Okay. So spending plus saving is the amount. Okay. So spending here is 66.66% Saving is 33.33%. Amount becomes 100%. Now, let's see the question. A person who spends 66.66 of his income is able to save 1200 per month. His monthly expenses are how much? They're asking. So now, a person who spends this much of his income is able to save. So savings are how much actually? As per the percentage, how much is the savings? 33.33% are the savings. And that represents 1200. Am I right? That represents how much? 1200. See, a person spends this much of his income. We don't know the income. Income be X. And is able to save 1200 rupees per month. So, 100 minus 66.66 is 33.33. Total amount minus spending is saving. So, saving is equivalent to 1200 given in the question. Now, they are asking his monthly expenses. So, when 33.33% is 1200, okay, 66.66 will be how much? 2 into 33.33%. That is 2 into 1200. That is 2400. So 2400 is his spending. Finish this. रितिका समझ में आ गया? रितिका समझ में आया? You got this, Ritika? I'm asking. You got this? Everyone understood this problem? Hello?
Sir.
This is very clear problem. Spending plus saving
Yes,
is
sir,
amount.
yes.
Yeah. So spending from total amount, if I remove the spending, yeah, I get the saving. And my savings are equal to 1200. My spending happens to be double of my saving. So that double is nothing but 2. This 66.66 can be written as 2 times of 33.33. So 33.33 represents 1200. That is 2400 is my spending. That's it. So total amount is 3600. 2400 plus 1200. Everyone got this? Ritika, you got this question? Okay, fine. Let's move. Now 12th question. Twelfth one. So what is the 12th question? 2 over 3 is dash percent to 5 over 7. The value of question mark. So they're asking this and they gave A 90, B 93.33, C 9, D 94, E none. So this is the question they have given. So how to do this question? First you should try to understand the question, what it says. Question number 12. So 2/3 is x% of 5/7. That is how much percent of 5/7. So 2/3 divided by 5/7, okay, is equal to x by 100. So now 2/3 by 5/7 into 100 is equal to x. Is asking the value of that particular question mark. So now I'll solve this. 2/3 into 7/5 into 100 is equal to x. Now find out the value and tell me. Tell me the value. Yes, 93.33. Now let's do the next question. Acha, next one you said is like 14th one, na? 14th and 22. These are the two doubts you have. Okay, then we can go for the next topic. रितिका, आपके डाउट्स हो गए क्या पूरे? और कोई डाउट्स है? Any more doubts? Anyone? Please. So I'm going for 14th and 22nd question. Any more doubts? Anyone, please? Okay. A exceeds B by 40%. 23. Okay. B is less than C by 20%. Then A is to C is. हेलो, नमस्ते. हाँ मैडम, मैं थोड़ी देर से आपको कॉल कर सकता हूँ. मैं थोड़ा क्लास में हूँ मैडम. थोड़ी देर से आपको पक्का कॉल करता हूँ. नथिंग लाइक दैट मैडम, सॉरी. कोई बात नहीं मैडम, मैं कॉल करता हूँ. नमस्ते मैडम, थैंक यू. So now how to do this question? Suppose A exceeds B by 40%. So if I take B as 100, A would be 140. A exceeds B by 40%. So I am taking, since A is bigger than B, so B, I can take B as some value, because B's value will decide A's value. If I have B's value, I can really get A's value, because A is higher than B by 40%. That's what the question data is. So if I take B as 100, I will get A as 140. And why I am taking B as 100? Why not X? Some people will be having a doubt here. Sir is not taking X Why he is taking 100? Whenever we speak about percentages, always it is good to assume 100. Okay, that makes the problem very easy for you to solve. So I got A value, I got B value. Now what is the question? So now A exceeds B by 40%. B is less than C by 20%. So now A exceeds B by 40%. So A by, they're asking A is to C now. A by B, A is to B is equal to 140 by 100. So it is 7 by 5. And B is less than C by 20%. So if C is 14 question.
So we got A equals to 7 and B equals to 5, no, sir, now?
Yeah, A is equal to 7, B is equal to 5. Now B is, so I can take this, B is less than C by 20%. So I have already taken B. Now B is less than C by 20% is nothing but okay. Taking X makes the question somewhat tougher. Okay, it is better to take X this in this way. So A by B we got as 7 by 5. B is less than C by 20%. So if I take B, B is my 100, which happens to be 20% less than C. If I take that as 120, 120, 20, just a minute, 25 4s are 100, 25 6 are 120, just a minute. Five 150. So A exceeds B by 40% and B is less than C by 20%. So A 140, B 100, C 120. Okay. Okay, if I take C, okay, these are two different things. If I take C as 100, B B is less than so B will become 80. Okay, so like that we'll get another ratio. So B by C is equal to 40 by 80 by 100. B is less than C by 20%. So 24s are and 25s are. Okay. So this is like B by C is equal to 4 by 5. But we need A is to C. 4 by
Sir,
5.
B's value should be same, no, sir?
B's value should be, yeah, that's what I'm saying, the combination. I'm seeing the combination of making it same. Or else we'll go with some other method. This method we're not getting. B by C is 4 by 5. This is not solving the purpose. A exceeds B by 40%, B is less than C by 20%. So I took B as 80 and C as 100. I am getting B by C. So if I take B as or else if we take like C as 120 and B as like 100, B is less than C by 20, na? Yeah. B is less than C by 20%. So B we would take as 100, 120. So the purpose will not be solved. What's the answer given for this? 14th wala? D. 28 is to 25. So A exceeds B by 40%. B is less than C by 20%. A is to C. Let us do with back substitution. For example, 28 is to 25 is given, na? So A exceeds B by, no, this one also not go in this way. This one also not go in this way. Because A is to B, B is to C, A is to C we will get. Both of them should be same. That is what here we want to do. Okay, A is to B and B is to C. A is to B is 7 is to 5. 4 is to 5. If you multiply this with 5, no, it's not getting.
क्या C को x लेना ही सही रहेगा सर.
हाँ,
C को x लेना सही रहेगा सर. It will not be lengthy also.
वही देख रहा हूँ कि इसको शॉर्टकट में कैसे खत्म करूँ. C B is less than C by 20% बोल रहा है. अगर मैं B को 100 लेता हूँ तो C क्या लेना पड़ेगा, मतलब B is less than C by 20% बोल रहा है. तो हम लोग को क्या करना पड़ेगा, मतलब 1 B is less than C by 20% बोल रहा है. वन 140/100 तो करेक्ट assumption है. तो अभी अपने को 7/5 B आ जाता. 4/5 like 4/5 24
सर 140 by 125 आना चाहिए सर.
140 by
125. Then only the ratio will be 28 is to 25.
140 by 125 आना चाहिए ना.
हाँ सर.
वही मैं भी जब से वही परेशान हो रहा हूँ, क्योंकि 25 4s are 100 होता है और 25 7s are नहीं होता है ना. 140 by 125 बोल रहे हो, लेकिन वो 40 कैसे मैच करेगा, मैच नहीं करेगा ना. A exceeds B by 40% बोल रहा है. तो A अगर मतलब B में 100 लेता हूँ तो A 140 होता है ना.
सर हम लोग अगर C को x सोच के x minus 20% इक्वल्स टू 100 करके x को मतलब x को फाइंड करने का तब कर सकते तो आ सकता ना सर.
वैसे तो कर सकते हैं, x के थ्रू तो बहुत इजीली कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं शॉर्टकट से जाना चाह रहा. B इज सपोज ऐसा लेते हैं, B इज लेस देन C by 20% बोल के बोल रहा है ना.
हाँ सर.
सपोज B is less than C by 20%. तो अगर मैं 80/100 मतलब 4 to that 5 to that 10, ठीक है. तो B is less than C by 20%. So A by B मुझे आ गया 7/5 and B by C मुझे क्या आ गया 4/5. So A by B is equal to 7/5. B by C is equal to 4/5. लेकिन हमको चाहिए क्या, A और C चाहिए, ठीक है ना. We want A is to C. So A is to C के लिए A is equal to 7/5B. C is equal to 5/4B. करेक्ट है ना,
Yes, sir.
करेक्ट है ना.
हाँ,
हमको क्या चाहिए अभी, A is to C.
C.
तो A is to C मतलब 7/5B
to B
is to 5/4B. ये दोनों
B.
कैंसिल हो जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
7/5 into 4/5, 28 is to 25.
Yes, sir.
Finished. So let's finally understand this question how to do. Okay,
Yes.
I'm doing it neatly from the beginning. Try to understand. So the question was 14th one now. A exceeds, if A exceeds B by 40%, B is less than C by 20%, then A is to C. See, why we devoted so much of time is we want to do this in one step. हम चाहे तो और भी steps में x लेके 4-5 steps करके कर सकते, but we don't want to do a problem in such steps. We want to finish it in one step itself. So उसके लिए shortcut बहुत important है. So that's the reason I am going with shortcuts. Okay. So options are given us 28 is to 25, B 26 is to 25, C 3 is to 2, D 3 is to 1, E 4 is to 1. So now how to do this? So I have already explained you. A exceeds B by 40%. So A and B. So B I am taking as 100. A becomes 140. So A exceeds B by 40%. So here you can clearly see that A is like 40% more than B. So A is to B or A by B is equal to 140 by 100. So that is 7 2s are 14, 5 2s are 10. This implies A by B is equal to 7/5. A is equal to 7/5B, because we need to find out A is to C. So I got A value. Now I want C value. Let's see how it goes. For that, the condition given is B is less than C by 20%. So when B is less than C by 20%, if I take C as 100, B would be 80. It is very clear and very easily understood that it is going in such a way. So next step would be B by C is equal to 80 by 100, cancel, 4 2s are 8, 5 2s are 10. So B by C is 4/5. Okay, but we want C value here. We want C value. Why? Because we need to find out A is to C. We want C value. So B is equal to 4/5C. B is equal to 4/5C. So in the same way, we need to find out C value. So C is equal to 5 by 4 B. So now we are supposed to do A is to C. So A is what? 7 by 5B. C is what? 5 by 4B. We got in terms of B cancel. 7 by 5 into 4 by 5. Why? Because it's in ratio. So when I divide, it will be reciprocal. So 28 by 25. That implies 28 is to 25 is my answer. That means you need not do so many of steps. You can memorize and do the question directly. By cancellation and reciprocal, you can directly multiply.
सर और एक मेथड आया सर.
हाँ और एक
मेथड आया सर.
हाँ एक सेकेंड
हाँ,
हेलो हेलो सर. हाँ सर 1 o'clock अभी ये होने के बाद. अच्छा आप हाँ कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं सर. आपको कब कितने बजे चाहिए? हाँ ठीक है सर. 10-15 मिनट्स के बाद आप ले लीजिए. मैं ब्रेक दे देता हूँ बच्चों को. उसके बाद मैं ब्रेक के बाद फिर रिज्यूम कर लेता हूँ. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. नहीं सर कोई बात नहीं सर. हाँ सर. Sir, I even understand, sir. Definitely, sir. Please, I support you. Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. सब लोग को ये प्रॉब्लम समझ में आ गया ना? कैसे करने का है? हेलो, हाँ क्या कुछ बोल रहे थे आप हिमांशु?
यस सर. ऐसे ही.
हाँ, you were saying something?
यस सर.
क्या बोल रहे थे? हाँ.
लेट्स सी बी 100 लेके.
हाँ.
फिर बी because it is less than 20 it's less by 20%, so B will be 18 हो सर.
तो मैं क्या कर रहा वही करा ना अभी.
हाँ उसके बाद हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं A का फाइंड करने से A will be 112 because it exceeds by 40%.
हाँ
1.4 into 80 सर.
हाँ वैसे भी कर सकते. कोई बात नहीं. कर सकते
हम लोग ला ले तो फिर 112 is to 100 is 28 is to 25.
कर सकते. प्रत्युष आई एम वर्किंग बाबा. थोड़ा एक 10 मिनट्स ठहरो प्लीज. एक 10 मिनट्स ठहरो. मैं सब भिजा देता हूँ. मैं अभी यहाँ पर सम्स कर रहा हूँ ना मैं. उसके बाद अभी फ्री हो जाता हूँ 10 मिनट से. ओके प्लीज. हाँ ओके डियर. थैंक यू अंडरस्टैंड. अच्छा अभी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है डाउट का? 14 के बाद 22. अच्छा 14 के बाद 22 भी है. ओके what is there in 22 question? That's a theoretical question. That's it. Directly कर सकते वो. (22) क्वेश्चन देखो. So 22nd question happens to be if X% of A is the same as Y% of B, then Z% of B will be what? So YZ by X of A, ZX by Y% of A, XY by Z% of A, Y by Z% of A, none. ऐसा क्वेश्चन है अभी आपका. X% of A is like Y% of B. Okay. So X by 100 into A is equal to Y by 100 into B. ऐसा क्वेश्चन दिया हुआ है आपको. ठीक है. सो अभी क्या होगा? ये दोनों कैंसिल हो जाएगा. ax is equal to yb you will get. Okay. Now, then z% of b will be equal to what he is asking. So what is the b value? Ax by y. So now he is asking z% of b will be what? Z% of a or b? 20 second. Z% of b. Z% of b will be what he is asking. This implies Z% of b is equal to ax by y. Z by 100 into b is equal to ax by y. Z% of b. So what are the options given to you? 20 seconds. YZ% of A. I don't think this question is correct actually.
सर y का वैल्यू निकाल के सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं कर सकते क्या सर?
नहीं, ये क्वेश्चन में मिस्टेक है एक्चुअली, क्योंकि वो ऑप्शंस जो दे रहा है पूरे ए के साथ दे रहा है और आंसर बी के साथ पूछ रहा है. कैसे होगा?
सर
क्योंकि इज आस्किंग Z% ऑफ बी विल बी YZ बाई X ऑफ A.
सर नन दिया है ना सर, नन.
ना नहीं है आंसर, इसका आंसर नन है एक्चुअली. बिकॉज आपको कैसे आएगा, मतलब ही इज आस्किंग Z% ऑफ बी विल बी, तो मुझे Z% ऑफ बी तो ये आ रहा है अभी, एंड आंसर्स वो पूरे ए में दे रहा है.
यस सर.
कैसे करेंगे Z%? इट्स हाईली इम्पॉसिबल ना.
यस सर.
सो इसका आंसर नन है, क्योंकि इसका आंसर नहीं आएगा. यू वोंट गेट एनी आंसर. Z% ऑफ बी क्या है अभी? ZB बाई 100 इज इक्वल टू AX बाई Y. अब वो कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है उसमें, मैच ही नहीं कर रहा, क्योंकि आपको AX है ही नहीं ऑप्शन में. यू डोंट हैव AX एनीवेयर.
यस सर.
सो आंसर इज नन.
ओके. ओके.
Any more doubts?
नो सर.
Any more doubts, anyone? तो अभी एक काम करो आप लोग, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक क्या करेंगे अभी? What shall be the next topic? So we will do this one right now.
English.
इंग्लिश के वर्ड्स करेंगे क्या? ठीक है, तो एक काम करो, रीजनिंग तो करेंगे, कोई बात नहीं है. पहले तो रितिका बात कर रहे क्या?
Yes sir.
हेलो रितिका,
Yes,
अभी
sir.
आपके पापा को पूछ लो, मतलब जो वर्क है वो
हाँ
दे दो
sir,
करने.
it's okay. हाँ
अच्छा,
मैनेज कर लिए हम लोग.
क्या बोले?
I managed it sir. I'm using.
अच्छा, अभी पापा को कर लो बोले क्या क्लास?
हाँ.
ओके ओके, ठीक है ठीक है. तो फिर हम लोग अभी पूरे डाउट्स आपके क्लैरिफाई हो गए ना?
Yes sir.
ओके ठीक है. तो अभी यहाँ तक तो सारे डाउट्स आप लोग के क्लैरिफाई हो गए. थोड़े इंग्लिश के वर्ड्स करते हैं, क्योंकि इंग्लिश वी हैव नॉट डन येट. अभी तक हम लोग सिनोनिम्स भी नहीं करे, एंटोनिम्स भी नहीं करे. ठीक है, तो टेक आउट योर इंग्लिश. वी विल डू 5 वर्ड्स फ्रॉम ईच एंड एवरी अल्फाबेट. मतलब हम लोग क्या करेंगे, 5 अल्फाबेट्स लेंगे. विल टेक 5 अल्फाबेट्स. विल डू सम सिनोनिम्स एंड एंटोनिम्स. दोज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इवन वहाँ भी आपका वो सेक्शन भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो विल टेक A, B, C, D, E, these 5 alphabets, and we'll try to do some 5 words. Okay, chalo, I'm sending you the screenshot of those words. Get ready right now. Chalo. एक बार ये कल का जो मॉक्स है ना, कल जो मॉक्स भेजा है ना स्टूडेंट्स को, वो मॉक्स के आंसर्स भी जाओ और इंग्लिश के मतलब मॉक्स भी जाओ स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज। हाँ इसे, हाँ वो अलग वाले जो है एक बार चेक कर लूँगा प्लीज, अभी भी जाओ स्क्रीनशॉट्स लेके। तुम अभी बड़े हो गए ना, तो अभी भी तुम शीशी का बॉटल पीते हैं अभी भी, जाओ। तो 1 ईयर का बेबी थोड़ी है।
सिर्फ आंसर की कि पूरा एक्सप्लेनेशन।
आंसर्स का एक्सप्लेनेशन है ना वो।
एक दिन नानी घर में मैं शीशी का बोतल में दूध पिया।
अच्छा क्लास चल रही है।
ठीक है भी।